to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you, singer, artist, and producer, manager, man of all hats, Real Lyrics. He'll be with us for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. And like I said, I have a very special guest for you, Real Lyrics. Welcome to the program.
How you doing? Doing good.
It's great to have you. We love having people in the community who are doing big things. You're definitely moving and shaking. Mm-hmm. So that's why you're here. So welcome to Beyond Focus.
Yes.
But before we get started, we always start off with my hot seat question, which is who is. So who is Real Lyrics?
Real Lyrics is the artist. That's Real Lyrics is the person who just like to make a lot of jokes. I'm a person who likes to have fun when it comes to, and I take my music serious too. Right.
So before the music, because I want to get nitty gritty. So before the music, before you develop your love for music, what was your life like before?
Cooking. You know what I'm saying? Cooking and playing sports. That's what I was in for. Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Cooking, because I love to eat and I love to cook.
And that's still a form of creativity and keeping. It's a different art.
Yeah.
It's a different art form. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people, like now you're just expressing it differently.
Yeah.
But people love food.
Yes, they do.
And that makes a lot. It joins people together, it keeps them happy. So
of course.
So it's great. So tell us how the musical journey all came about for you.
Watching my cousin doing it first. Like my cousin used to do the music, and I used to write, and then after that, then I started getting into it later on. I started getting into the production, not the rapping yet. That's production. And then I started wanting to get to the beats, and so I'm going to start working with other people. Because he knew a lot of rappers. Mm-hmm. I didn't know nothing about that. I just knew about the beats. And then he used to bring them to the house, and I used to get them rapping like that. Mm-hmm.
So let's take it back to when you first started experimenting with beats.
Yeah, that's 2004.
Okay, so we're taking it back almost 18 to...
Yeah.
Let's round it up, almost 20 years.
Yep.
That you started. So with your equipment, what were you using? Because it was a different era, but still now getting into like more digitized and all that stuff. But you still had a lot of the other flavors that were blended in too.
Yeah. I started working with the MPC 2000 XL, the Triton keyboard, and then I had the Pro 2. You know what I mean? Then I started working like that. Before I started getting to all that, I used to go to my cousin's friend's house because he had all that equipment in his house. And I wanted that. You know what I mean? But I didn't have the money for that because I'm working in McDonald's.
It's okay. Humble beginnings. Nothing wrong with that. Humble beginnings.
So I saved all my little pocket money just to get those equipment because I fell in love with that. And then when I got the stuff I wanted, then he started bringing the artists to my place. So
that's amazing. So looking back, because I think we all have this first moment, like for myself, looking back at my very first recording, I can't stand it. I can't look at myself. Listening to your first beat, your first creation. We all have that side. Yeah. We all have that side. You're like, oh, wow. And in that moment, we thought we were great.
Of course. I remember when I first did the production, like, I was trying to sample everything. I'm going to let you know, I sampled Bob Marley. Mm-hmm. And then I sampled another record. I can't remember the record, but it was hot to me. When I listen to it now, it's corny. You know what I mean? But my ears didn't hear that way because I sampled Bob Marley, I sampled him, I sampled everything just to make a beat. Child, I know how to make a beat. Mm-hmm. But it was corny, though. But to me, back then, it was hot.
It's a lot of trial and error and merging things together. There were different... like you said, you would merge different styles. Two different worlds would come together. Like when a lot of that Punjabi type of Indian beats are being mixed in with the hip hop, and that was a whole thing.
Yeah, that was the style. Because I used to always run to like different stores to get different CDs. You know what I mean, just to get all the sounds I want to get. And I never went to like a hip hop subject. Hip hop style, to get the hip hop record. I never did that. I always go somewhere else and try to find different sound. Like I would go to like rock and roll, or I would go to like classical records, jazz, blues, just because I want to hear different sounds. Now I don't want to sample something that everybody talk like James Brown or this or this. I want my stuff to sound totally different.
So for you now, when you decide to go make a beat and you want to sample something, what's your thought process? Kind of walk us through that methodology of like, now you don't have to go into a record store, you kind of can search an online library, but
Yep.
you still have to have some idea or direction of what you kind of thinking. Like, how does that all come about?
Yeah, like I always want my stuff to stand out. Like I listen to a lot of like Wu-Tang. That's why back then I was doing that. Oh, listen to it because they sound so weird and different. So that's how I was making my beat weird, and people didn't know how to rap on it. They didn't know how to rap on it. They said it's weird. Can you make something like this? They would give me a rapper name. Like, can you make something like Luda? Can you make something like Nelly? And I was like, what? I didn't want to do nothing like them. I want to do something like I want to do. Then I said, I got to follow with the trend. So I started making beats like Ludacris and all of them stuff like that. For they could rap to it. See, because I'm thinking in my head how I'm rapping to this beat. I would not think about other rappers.
Let's talk about the management part now. How did that shift in from producing to actually managing, which is a whole beast?
Yeah, now, me started doing the managing thing, we talk about 2019. Okay, 2019 I started managing artists out there. Because somebody told me, like, yo, you should manage artists. Somebody told me that. And I said I never did that. But I would try to get in that field. Me, I think it was headed. That's why I didn't want to get into the field, managing artists. But I said, let me just try it out. And that first manager's artist, his name was Stormy Murphy. I managed that artist first. A lot of headeds. A lot.
Oh, you managing an artist is not only all of their day to day and getting everything together, you're almost like a babysitter to a certain degree because all they want to do is just show up to the show.
That's it.
And be ready or show up to the interview. And they don't realize, no, there's different things that go into this. You got to be a rehearsal. You got to manage. Now everyone's an influencer when you have to manage these things and the fees. Like the business aspect of talent management is its own world.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they didn't listen too much. You know what I mean? So I went through a lot with that. You know, like paperworks, didn't know how to do that. Copyrights, didn't know how to do that. And I'm teaching them, like, yo, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. But they want to, I know what they want to do because I know how I was. I just want to be in the camera.
Yeah.
I just want to be the rapper. I don't care what the hell you do with them paperworks. I just want to be in the camera. I want to have all the juries. I want to have all the girls. No, that's how we rappers think. We don't think about the what the managers are thinking. Like, you got to go on
Be
stage.
able to swipe that card and,
Yeah.
and keep that going.
Of course.
So of the three, you would definitely say the management part is the one that you least enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
I think you have to be wired a certain way for that one.
Yeah.
Like, you have to really have that tactical part of your brain that's just like, I want to do this, and you run and rip it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're an artist.
Yeah.
You still have that
I still have that
in you.
Yes.
So I think that's like polar opposites to a certain degree
Yeah.
when you think about it.
I balance it like the way I balance that. It's the same way how I balance the productions. That's how I do it, and I try to make sure the artists do what they're supposed to do, like do the rehearsal, get on stage, make sure you go to these interviews, make sure you do everything out there. It's not just like you just chill back and just do nothing.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that would bother me. Because I never did that. Like, come on, man, like. Push yourself some more.
Push it a bit.
Yeah.
We'll hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. We'll be back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So, Real Lyrics, when you decided that you wanted to do music, artist, entertainment full time, how was that received by your family?
Most of them, they like what I do though, but they're like, it's gonna be hard. like, how do you balance that from your music to your job? You know what I mean? And I love this music so bad. I love this music so much. You know what I mean? And my family, they watch all of that. They watch me from doing production and me doing the rapping, not the manager field yet. Until I got to that, they told me that that's going to be hard. You're going to get a lot of headaches. Because you know some of these artists is hard heads.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they told me. But I said I'm going to work with it.
No, it's amazing. You know, having that sometimes it's great to have that support, but whether you have it or not, it's in you and that's what you love.
Yeah, of course.
So you're definitely going to keep doing it. In terms of different projects, you know, let's talk pre-pandemic and then I want to talk about post-pandemic. So up until the pandemic, how was everything going for you?
Oh, man. When that thing came out, I was frustrated because I couldn't get to the studio. Record no songs, no nothing. Just making beats in the house, but want to get into the studio, record songs. Want to get back on the stage. You know what I mean? But, you know, we got to wear the mask. You got to stay. It was curfew and all that. So that really bothered me. And that's why I was, like, working on my second album. But I really couldn't get it done, though.
Yeah. And what about the whole virtual thing to stay relevant? Because either people came out of COVID with music, some people took a full break, some people became writers, some people started writing an album.
Yeah. Nah, like me, I don't listen to the radio. I really don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to none of that stuff because I try to keep my own type of style of music. So that's why I always trying to keep up, you know, update with my style of music. That's why people say, like, you don't sound old school when I rap. People say that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm a Busta Rhymes fan. I'm gonna let you know that. So that's why I try to stay with that tune because he's hype. Busta Rhymes is an old school rapper, so I try to stay with that. Like party, I try to make party music, try to make life music, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a good sound.
Yeah.
You know, so you think that methodology of not listening to the radio.
Yeah, I ain't trying to listen to radio. I think when you listen to their radio, and then you adapt to their style,
You start subconsciously taking in.
yeah, you're gonna start sounding like them. I don't want to sound like them. I want to sound like me. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna front. When I first started, I want to sound like Busta Rhymes. I really want to sound like Busta Rhymes. That's why I study his music much. But I can't really sound like him. I gotta sound like myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not really trying to sound like him. You just want to gain that same audience because if they're fans of Busta and you're making similar music,
Yeah.
if they like him, they're most likely will like you.
Of course.
So 2022, tell me about some projects that are coming up. What do you have going on?
I got a music video out on YouTube right now. It's called "Got Me Going Crazy." Future guest Robert G on it. Right now I'm working on my third album for 2022. The third album called The Architect. But the album is out right now called Real. That's REAL, Real. That's out right now. I got like 13 songs on there.
Oh wow, so it's a full LP.
Yeah. And it took a while when I first started that album. I started in 2019. I started in 2019, but I didn't really get to finish it when everything COVID-19 blew out. So I didn't really get to finish it. So, but I still had more songs to it, but I had to get them mixed and mastered. Until when everything opened up, that's when I started to get everything back in order. And it was done. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So tell us where it's available.
It's on Spotify, Apple Music, and some other digital platform out there.
That's great. As an artist now, how do you think the industry has really changed? Do you think it's easier now in the sense because everything's so digitized and you have access to it versus back in the day? Or do you think it was easier back in the day because it was now like there's so much competition?
Nah, it's easy now. Back then it was hard. And the reason why I say it was hard back then, like in '04, you know what I mean? Because there's not too much outlets. Like now there's a lot of outlets. You know what I mean? So you don't have no excuses. Talk about you can't get your music out. You know what I mean? You can't. But I say now it's easy because, you know, you got a lot of different outlets out there. You don't need an A&R.
That's true. You don't need A&R.
No.
use, and it's even an improvement from those days where you had to roll up with your tape and hope that you catch a producer or somebody who has access to somebody.
Somebody access to the studio, whatever. Yeah, everybody got a studio in their house. Everybody got a studio in their house. I don't care who it is.
It's crazy.
Yep.
The technology, people are recording into their phone.
Yeah, they make beats off their phone. You can make beats off your phone now. Like, wow. That I didn't know. I started learning that from other producers. You know what I mean? Like, you can make beats off your phone. So I'm so used to making beats off of MP. I still make beats off of MPs 2000. Yeah. It just updated over, yeah.
And your new sound, how would you describe, like, the evolution? Because, you know, how it merged and things have, you know, all kind of shifted together. How would you currently describe your sound?
Yeah, I changed the new sound. Like, the sound, I started, I started making beats like trap beats. When I started learning how to do trap beats, I don't rap trap, but I was making
that's a
beats.
special that rhythmical flow is its own thing.
That's its own thing. So I started making a trap beat. People like, wow, you making trap beats now, but I'm still rhyming like the way I always rhyme since like 04, 05, 06. I still rhyming like that, but on the trap beat, and make sure the words and everything is updated, because I can't say something like what I said in 2004, 2006. That's played out. Can't do that. You can't do that. So I try to stay update with the music. If my time is gonna be up, then I'll just let you know. I hang my mics up.
Hang the mics up.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was speaking to someone just the other day, and I heard them say an expression that I was like, I haven't heard in a year, and then they said pause, and I was like, that's so like 08, 09.
Yeah, that's
like,
09. Pause. Yeah, that's 09.
I'm like, I haven't heard anyone say pause in a long time. So when you said that, like you could sing on this like a same style of beat.
Yeah.
But you can't say the same thing.
Nope. You gotta change your words. You can't use words like something like fresh, dope. You can't use those words. Those are old. Those are really old words.
Wow.
You know, you listen to records like that, like you listen to like old school records, like probably like Daddy King, you know, like whoever from back in the 80s, like Rakim, all them rap. You can't use those words. You can't use dope, fresh. You can't use those words because nobody don't know what that is.
They don't.
You gotta use noun words.
And we're going to talk about that. So hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So a lot of big things, like we were saying, you know, you got to keep current. You got to keep the vocabulary fresh in a different way.
In a different way, exactly.
You got to keep the vocabulary fresh. You can't say certain words, and it's funny because I even saw TikToks that were asking like people over 40 what certain words meant that are like today's cool words, and they were like just lost.
Oh, you just be lost, you say. There's a lot of words that the people get lost, like texting. You know, because some people don't, like, I know some people text the whole word out. Some people don't do that.
No.
That's like my parents. They don't text like before. They don't text that. To them, that don't make no sense.
No, I don't.
No, they put the word there before, the how the way you spell it.
BRB is not going to make sense for them.
No. No.
I had text RN, and Mom's like, why did it say registered nurse right in that sentence? I'm like, no, it's right now. But
Yeah. Right now.
They're like, yo, I'm coming RN, like right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Yeah, they lost on that. They definitely lost on that.
They're not going to make that happen.
No. They're gonna stick what they was always been doing.
That's it. So how do we get in contact with you? Because, you know, social media is a big thing. So how do we get in contact?
All right, you can contact me on the gram. That's real_lyrics.
Spell it out?
Yeah, that's real, and then _lyrics. That's LYRICEZ lyrics. You can find out on YouTube It's Lyricez, Lyricez, Lyricez. And Facebook is the same thing.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple of big things definitely that you're working on. Love it. Feel the positivity. So it's all good energy. And of course, you have artists.
Yep, I got an artist.
You do have an artist to tell us about that.
Yeah, I have an artist I'm working with now. Her name is Imaj. And been working with her for 2 years right now. So she's doing good. And she's working on her EP.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I think we might be having her on next week.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so definitely check it out because Imaj will be here, and it's all in the family.
That's it.
So you got to rep for the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself expanding into other artists?
Yes, with the same energy like the artists I'm working with. Not no artists who's just gonna be laid back. I want those artists.
No, you have to have that hunger. And someone who's been in the game 20 plus years like yourself, what would you say are some of the key traits that you definitely have to have as an artist to be successful?
You gotta be you gotta know, you gotta be on point in all your stuff. You gotta be very on point. I mean, some artists don't be on point, but know your business, know your music, and that's basically it. I guess it's much.
Yeah, know the business aspect.
Yeah.
What about registering music?
Yeah, that's BMI and all that stuff. Not too much like. Not too much artists know about stuff like that, like the BMIs and stuff like that. ASCAP, copyright. No. Because I know artists just want to get on the stage. And they just, some artists don't want to get their song mastered and mixed in the studio. Because I've been in the studio and I saw that. Some just.
But it makes a world of difference. As someone who's been the artist and also been the producer.
Yeah. I saw that.
When you hear a song that hasn't been mixed and mastered versus the final mix and master, there's clearly a difference, right?
Yeah, you can tell it different. You know what I mean? You can tell it different. Cause you can hear, you can say, this song is not really fully done. Just need more work on it. I went through that to an artist. I said, need more work on it. You need to rearrange this song over here. Because it's a song that my two artists I did. Working with two artists. Now I'm working with Imaj and another artist. And they both did a song together. And the way he recorded, I told him, no, you got to move this here, move this here. He got mad about it because he keep it like it is. So I said, all right, let me leave it alone then. But I said, we're going to fix this together. But he didn't like it, but Imaj liked it, the engineer liked it, and everybody else liked it. But he didn't like it because he liked it his way. You know what I mean? So I can't do that.
And that makes it almost impossible to work with somebody like that.
Oh, it was a bunch of headaches. It was a bunch of headaches.
You have to be open to take that feedback and open to take, if you have somebody on board and their job is to produce, you gotta let them produce.
Yeah, of course. And you produce, let him produce. If he's engineer, let him do the job, engineer. You know what I mean? And you're a rapper, stay in your rap lane. You know what I mean? I got that a long time ago. Stay in your rap lane.
And that kind of leads me to something I was going to ask you, talking about just advice you've been given over the years, anything that stood out from anyone mentoring you or people you've worked with.
Yeah, my cousin, rest in peace, you know what I mean, but my cousin, he was like, he pushed me though, he pushed me to get what I'm at now, because I really didn't know nobody want to rap on my beats yet, you know what I mean, that's how I was afraid that people going to say my beats is corny, that's how I was, and I was afraid that people going to say my song was whack, that's how I was thinking when I was doing all of this stuff, and he keep pushing me, and telling me, no, you're not, you're different, your music is different. Should I put that there? So the first artist I met, it was Pharoah G. We talk about 2017. And that's when we did music called Open Bars, Give Me Your Love, and Broken Dream. Broken Dream was about abuses, like a woman getting beat up by her husband and stuff. Yeah. But a lot of women like that song. I mean, I really didn't got too crazy about that song. I was more crazy about Open Bars. The reason why the women like that song, it was about getting beat up by their boyfriends and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I was going to blow up like that because my mom was not really on it that way. I was more open on the street music, Open Bars. It was more MC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, that's great. What are you looking forward to most for the rest of this year going into the next year in terms of your overall career?
Yeah, I'm looking just producing more artists out there. That's what I'm looking at right now. That's all. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do a couple more years. I don't know. I did everything. So
Yeah, it's just kind of ride the wave a little bit.
That's
See
all.
see what opportunities come up.
that's all. I just listen to the new sounds coming out. See, I can still do those productions. Even if I hang, like I say, if I hang up the mic, I'll probably be still around and just do the production, then the manager, then and trying to write ghost write songs for people who really needs it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good direction.
Yeah.
You know, and you have a plan.
Yeah, I have plans.
You
Yeah.
have a plan.
Yep.
So just keep it going, navigating.
That's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It's been great having you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll
Right.
be back again, and we'll love to hear more.
All right, definitely.
Awesome. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back again next week. Same time, same place. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Stay with us.
Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you.